Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Johnny saved Robby during the events of Cobra Kai Season 2? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 2 would still happen. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would still have their rivalry. Daniel would still want to get more students for Miyagi-Do, and he would still go to the country club to try to recruit new students. And at the country club, Amanda's wallet would still be stolen. Sam would still want to blame Tori, and those events would stay the same. Robby would still go to the beach, and he would still see Trey and Cruz. And much like in the original timeline, Robby would still want to film the fight, but before the fight could begin, Robby would still be hit in the back of his head, and Robby would be on the ground defenseless. And in this timeline, Johnny would be at the beach, and he would see Trey and Cruz holding Robby. Johnny wouldn't hesitate, and he would strike first, and he would start fighting Trey and Cruz. Robby would be surprised to see Johnny. Johnny would continue fighting them, and he would eventually defeat them. Johnny would go see if Robby was okay. Robby would tell Johnny that he didn't need his help, but Johnny would tell Robby that if he hadn't intervened, they would have hurt him. But Robby would once again tell Johnny that he doesn't need him, and Johnny would tell Robby that he was trying to change and that he was trying to be there for him. This is when Daniel would show up, and he would see Johnny and Robby. Daniel and Johnny wouldn't be happy to see each other, and Daniel would go see if Robby was okay. And once Daniel saw that Robby was fine, he would confront Johnny, and he would tell Johnny that him, Kreese, and Cobra Kai were going down, and Johnny would say that Cobra Kai wasn't going down without a fight. So Johnny and Daniel would go their separate ways, and the events of Cobra Kai Season 2 would carry on. Season 2 would stay the same. Dimitri would still join Miyagi-Do in this timeline, and he would still write the review for Cobra Kai. So Hawk and a couple other Cobras would still confront Dimitri at the mall. The mall fight would still happen in this timeline, and Miyagi-Do would still win. Hawk would still trash Miyagi-Do in this timeline, so many students would still leave Cobra Kai and join Miyagi-Do, and those events would stay the same. The rivalry between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai would continue to grow. The fight at Coyote Creek would still happen, and Miguel would still find out that Hawk stole the Medal of Honor, so Miguel would still take it back, and he would still hand it to Robby. Moon's party would still happen in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. The police would still show up, and people would begin to scatter. Robby would take Sam, and he would remember what Johnny told him, that he was always going to try to be there for him. So Robby would still take Sam to Johnny's house. Johnny would be surprised to see them, and later on, Robby would tell Johnny that he never got a chance to thank him for saving him, and Johnny would tell Robby that's what parents do. So the bond between Robby and Johnny would start to grow. Those events would stay the same, and the season would still end the same way. Daniel would still show up at Johnny's house, and he would still confront Johnny. The school fight would still happen in this timeline. Robby would still kick Miguel off the balcony. Miguel would still be paralyzed, and Robby would still go to juvie. Not much would change in this timeline. And that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Johnny saved Robby during the events of Cobra Kai Season 2? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.